Saludos, nerds. En este episodio de Snapadelphia KSL número 13, I'm going to be working on this area that's called Little Cuba. So, without any further ado, let's hop right into it. Okay, Little Cuba. Little Cuba is larger than East Little Cuba that's right next to Little Cuba. Let's go ahead and work on Little Cuba. Oh, I got something better. Comencemos Little Cuba. If you nerds are wondering, I'm not really imitating that US city, Miami, Florida, because Miami, Florida, a lovely tropical city that's located southeast in the US, has some of the best known neighborhoods like Little Haiti and Wynwood, I believe I said that right. But there's a special neighborhood of the city called Little Havana, which has to do with the Cuban society and the culture of Cuba. And Little Havana has two different parts. Little Havana, the larger area, and East Little Havana, which is a little bit smaller compared to Havana, that's basically West Little Havana. I'm not really trying to imitate Miami, Florida with that neighborhood. I'm not really trying to mimic that city. I just have my own style of artwork. I have my own style of drawing and basically drawing something I enjoy drawing, and that is working on a social media platform as a city and coming up with my own neighborhoods or areas of each of these cities. Just like Little Havana of Miami, Florida, Little Cuba for Snapadelphia focuses on the Cuban society of life and the Cuban culture and how it's like to be a Cuban citizen. I definitely named several places after some of the biggest Cubans in the world, like Eduardo Chivas, a Cuban politician. I named a public square after him called Chivas Square. Another place like Bellino Grill. Bellino Grill is named after another big Cuban. His name is Carlos Bellino. And Bellino Grill is basically, it's a restaurant that makes Cuban food. Another place like Havana Banana, which is a Cuban style market, I guess, or a Cuban style fruit market. Yeah, I love being not only being creative of drawing buildings, streets, and but also with names too. And that's what makes art, just unique. It makes art one of the biggest things out there, and it's just a non-stop thing. It's just really big. I need to take that water break real quick. Another place I want to add is it's called Cindermella. Yes, it's most definitely a pun on that another famous Cuban named Julio Mella. He's known for this Cuban Communist Party. He's known for, I think, he's known for finding that, I mean. But yeah, Cindermella's a pun on Julio Mella and Cinderella. Cindermella is a Cuban style clothing store. And we are nearly done here. Just Jules Nerdy, he just loves making these episodes. Also, believe it or not, we actually legit have 3 more areas to work on for the East Snapadelphia Borough. Then we're going to be moving on to, let's say, I guess we'll just move on to West Snapadelphia. Alright, nerds. Here's the finished area of Little Cuba. We got Chibas Square, another public park. Just like the rest of the public squares or parks
in this drawing. But here's Chivas Square. Here's Jose Marti Place. Basically, it's a temple. So a few of these places are named after some of the biggest Cubans in this world. We got some row buildings, palm trees. We got some stores in this area, a few restaurants like Bellino Grill. Here's Bellino Grill, where I'm pointing at. So not too many big special places in this area. Here's Little Cuba. Yep, it's Little Cuba is kissing. It won't stop kissing East Little Cuba. So here's Little Cuba and East Little Cuba. Alright, nerds, that is the end of this episode of Snapadelphia. Stay tuned for more art content. I hope this episode was really enjoyable to watch. Feel free to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out. So, I will catch you nerds later. Have a good one.
You're